Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Sun, the planet of soul, the planet of life and light, the planet that represents yourself, Atman. It will move from Scorpio to Sagittarius on 16th of December until 14th of January. It will stay in Sagittarius. It will cross the Gandanta of Scorpio and Sagittarius, the Jeshta and the Mula nakshatra, and then it will move towards from Mula to Purvashada, and then from Purvashada to Uttarashada nakshatra. The sun movement will also be clubbed with Venus and Mercury transit in Sagittarius. Sun, Venus and Mercury forms a great combination. None of them are going to be negative. It's a great combination that gives you wealth, that gives you desire. You are getting more and more happy and you are connected with your own self. This is the time to understand your true potential, your true happiness, what makes you happy, what gives you confidence, also knowing your trigger points so that you can work on them. As the month progresses, as the month comes to an end, the December month comes to an end, there will be a retrograde Mercury coming back, falling back into the sign of Sagittarius, and then there will be a Sun and retrograde Mercury in the Sagittarius zodiac sign, talking about major changes, major upheavals, dynamic energies, and you will have to rework, redo, but everything will be for good. So you may have to revisit your work or redo your task more than once, twice, thrice, or maybe more than that. And that is where you will have to see if that is necessary. Don't get frustrated. This is the time to hit and trial. A continuous calibration and recalibration will happen, and you will see that you are at the end in the right direction. Also, on 14th of January, Sun will make its move in the sign of Capricorn. Now, when Sun moves in the Saturnian zodiac sign, 3 days later, Saturn moves out of Capricorn and goes to Aquarius. So you see, Sun and Saturn are making this 212 combination for some time. This means that you have to be humble. All the resource of the Sun, all the resource of the Atman is with Saturn. So if you maintain discipline during this time, you will become extremely successful. But if you do not maintain discipline, if you are random, if you are taking decisions without even planning, if you are just taking decision out of pride, out of ego, as a show off, if you are being over flamboyant, you will see problems when Sun will be in Sagittarius. It's a time when the Agni of the ritualistic fire is rising. That means the inner fire is also going to rise. It will give a spiritual upliftment, a Kundalini rise. You can also do Havan in your home to facilitate the spiritual progress, to remove any Vastu dosh in your home during this time. But this is also the time where you will have to be very careful about your ego, about your decisions, about how you deal with your friends and family, how frustrated you feel. Are you feeling over the top confident? Because a constant filter, a constant check is necessary when Sun is going to be in Dhanu Rashi. Remember, when Sun is in Dhanu Rashi, the dispositor is in a Jala Tattva. So emotions are going to play a vital role here, and you might feel hurt, or your self-respect or dignity might always be in question during this time. You have to remain humble and you will have to remain grounded. Let's understand for each ascendant what this Sun has to offer. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and share the video among family and friends. A lot of people I see have not yet subscribed the channel. So please share the video, talk about Punneit's astrology so that the world of astrology reaches as many people as possible. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Telegram and Twitter. And if you want to take my consultation, you can drop me an email. The email ID is here and in the description box below. Let's begin the analysis of Sun in Sagittarius for your ascendant. Aries ascendant. Sun will make its move in your 9th house, and 9th house is a very auspicious position for the Surya Dev. When the 5th Lord goes in the 9th house, you should involve in rituals and practices, in being more and more spiritual. It's the time when you focus on the actions that you want to perform, and then you take necessary proactive decisions that will help you reach your destination. 9th house Sun is favorable for people who want to go for higher education, who want to go for an education that is to cater their country, for government jobs. It's a very good time for people in power or who wants to be in power. Sun in the 9th house for Aries ascendant is also going to increase pride and ego, definitely, because achievements are on the way, and you will see that the positive achievements in career will give you that faith in your own action, in your own knowledge. It's a very good time to initiate a career change if you want to go for traveling. People involving in travel related business, tourism related business will see good boost when Sun will be in Dhanu Rashi. 5th Lord is 5th from itself. This is a case of Bhavad Bhavam. So definitely it is going to favor students, people who are in the learning and academics, people who spread knowledge, life coach, healers. Sun is going to give you the light, and when Sun goes in the 9th house, chant Gayatri mantra every day. You can also chant Vishnu Sahasranam. Wake up early in the morning. Try to pray to the Sun by waking up before the sun rises. This will be good for your health. This will be good for your spiritual progress. Overall, Sun transit for Aries ascendant is going to be extremely auspicious, especially when you club it with Jupiter presence in the 12th house. Go for donation, ask for abundance, and look for prosperity. Health related issue will also be resolved during this time, just that you will have to be careful that your ego should not come in your communication. Taurus ascendant. For you, Sun brings changes in your life, Sun brings changes in your family, Sun brings changes and possibilities of a house change, location change. So people who are looking for a career change, who want to relocate to a different city, who want to relocate to a different place, can utilize this time and can actually think or plan something where your career or your next phase of action will take you to a different house, different location, different country. This is a good time to secure your assets. This is a good time to focus more on insurances. But also, it is going to be a time where both the positive and negatives will be highlighted. So don't be surprised if people are quick to judge you. Be very careful in matters which you have been avoiding for so long. Sun moving in the 8th house means that the 8th house, which is a house of secrets, now gets illuminated. You will feel more happy with secrets. You will feel like watching spy movies, and you will feel like getting connected with the realm of the divine, and occult energies will come natural to you. Intuitions will increase during this time, and this is also going to give you more ideas about how can you invest your wealth and how can you focus your money so that it can give you long-term benefits and profits. This can also create a fight between family members, especially with your father, in regards to inheritance, properties, assets. Be careful on that part. Try to ensure your family's future by buying some insurance policies, because that's the norm right now. And with Sun in the 8th house, you have to be very careful about your health, especially the inflammation in the body, the anger. And overall, if you see, the 8th house Shani has its own pros and cons. Whatever be the claim, I prefer 8th house Sun as a very powerful Sun. It's the light that comes from within. So you can use this light for soul realignment. Just that when you're handling investments, when you're trying to hand over the money to somebody else, when you're handling someone else's money, or you're in stock market trading, you have to be very, very careful. Overcommitment should not be given. Be practical and grounded, and that will lead you to the path of success. Gemini ascendant. For Gemini, till 28th of December, Sun, Mercury will be going together hand in hand in Sagittarius. But what happens after 30th of December? Mercury becomes retrograde and comes back. And this is a position in Sagittarius where Sun and Mercury retrograde is going to create a sense of confusion, especially in the beginning of next year. Now, this is not for the entire 1 year, but for the first couple of weeks, you might feel detached, you might feel distracted. So try to focus, try to increase your concentration power by doing some meditation, by listening to some gurus, listening to Sad Pravachan and discourses on motivation. For you, Sun movement will be in the 7th house, and this can create tension between you and your spouse, you and your business partner. You need to respect their advice and you have to understand their interests and their ego, their trigger points, and then act accordingly. Be careful about your involvement in somebody else's life, how much you are intruding in someone's life or how much you are dependent on somebody else. Try to be more and more self-reliant, try to be more and more independent during this transit of Sun in Sagittarius. When Sun will move in Purvashada and Uttarashada nakshatra, difficulties related to marriage and business can be handled carefully by being humble. You can take initiatives towards your business. You can see that the efforts that you're putting in for your business or for marriage will come to some sort of possibility, some sort of optimistic result will come your way. So you can expect some good growth. But remember one thing, that 7th house is not the ideal place for Sun, it is the house of sunset. So Sun is not really strong here. So you cannot just dictate your terms in this time. You have to cooperate, you have to be inclusive, and you have to go hand in hand. So one who is a team player will see a lot of positive results. But if you are a leader, you might see hurdles, you might see resistance, and you might see that you are facing challenges. So deal situation accordingly. Karka Rashi, Cancer zodiac sign. If you are a Cancer ascendant, then Sun rules your 2nd house, and this Sun goes in your 6th house. So this is the time when you can convert your assets into areas where you can earn money. Be careful from any liability. Say you want to buy an asset and you think it's an asset, but later on it becomes a liability. So that kind of planning should be done when Sun is in Sagittarius. Now, when Sun is in Sagittarius, it's basically 6th house. It's seva, it's service. So people looking for government job, people preparing for competitive examination, civil services examination will see great boost during this time. Money can be spent on things that is associated with the head of the family. Maybe the health will require some investment. This is also the time when ego-related things can create battle between family members, unnecessary fights, small things, small topics will create fight that is really unnecessary. Try to refrain from any such ego-based disputes. This is also the time when you can feel insulted or somebody can feel insulted because of your words. Stay careful. Be careful about the food that you eat because some inflammation or some triggers can come through the food, especially the tamasic element of the food. Try to keep your food as sattvic as possible. With the 6th house Sun aspecting the 12th house is the time to show the generosity, the power of donation. So if you have something in abundance, try to share. Sharing is caring for Karka Rashi. Leo ascendant. Your ascendant is ruled by Sun and the Sun moves in 5th house. It's a brilliant formation. It's a power. It's a blessing from the divine. Chant Gayatri Mantra, Aditya Hriday Stotra during this time. It's a time when your commitments will come to reality. You will see that things are moving in a positive direction. With respect to children, you will hear some good news. You will be proud on their achievements, on their success. It's a time when things can become more and more productive. So focus more on productivity, be more proactive, give up laziness and start taking things into your control, start taking actions. A good thing is that Jupiter is in the 8th house, and this 8th house Jupiter is taking control of most of the unexpected ups and downs, but definitely not a time where you will start investing money in stock market recklessly. Careful, controlled, and well-read investment is what you should do if you are investing in stock market. Greed is definitely going to be handled very strictly by Saturn. Remember, Saturn will be second from the Sun. So whatever Sun has to offer, it will be coming through the filter of Shani Dev. That means you must be ready to justify your action, your position, your status, your demand. And then if you can, and if you are successfully able to justify, you will become more and more successful. 5th house is also the house of expression. So your expression will see a lot of power, a lot of charm, a lot of positivity, a good positive aura. And wherever you will go, people will feel positive because of your presence. And that is what you should do. Spread positivity, spread optimism, talk about motivation, and especially with your own friend circle, be the one who is a leader. Virgo ascendant. For you, Sun rules the 12th house, and this Sun goes in the 4th house, which means if you want to move ahead for matters related to land, for matters related to agriculture, for matters that is related to real estate, you will see some positive growth in that time. The work that was stuck will now show some forward motion. But because it's the 12th lord coming in 4th house, it also talks about unnecessary expenses for assets. You are spending a lot of money to buy a house. Maybe you're going over the top to buy a car. Maybe you're going over the top to buy anything. You think it's an asset, but later on, that extra the delta expense will become a liability. So be very, very careful. When you are a Virgo ascendant, remember that Saturn is in the 5th house, and the good thing is that Jupiter in the 7th is aspecting, so things are fine. It will give you a lot of positive energy. It will bring good luck into the business. But never forget that the 12th lord has an association with the 4th house. Health of a mother can be a concern. It's a good time for people who are involved in export and import, who wants to go to a foreign country, who wants to take a permanent move, who wants to do a permanent move in a foreign country. It's a very good time for them. It's a good time to do some havan in your home, to do vastu corrections in your home. It's a good time to build assets carefully. But it is also a time when your attention will be needed, your presence will be needed more in the home than in your office. Also, it's a brilliant time if you want to plan a leisure trip, if you want to spend time with your family members, because some of the issues that you were holding off and you're not discussing with your family can now actually open up. So you need ample amount of time so that you can handle that incident, that event of your life. It's a time when you can realign your forces, rest well, because if you will not sleep well, if you will not rest your body, you will fall sick. Fever will be a common factor here, so be careful. But overall, for Virgo ascendant, Sun transit in the 4th house is a positive transit, but it is going to impact your subconscious mind more than any conscious reality. So be very careful what kind of thoughts are running when Sun is moving in Sagittarius. Libra ascendant. Now, in case of Libra, Sun rules your one of the most important house, which is your 11th house, and the Sun goes in the 3rd house. It means you will have to take initiatives towards your source of income. You will have to take care of your siblings. You will have to show that you are the guardian and you are the leader in the family. It is a time when your effective communication can take you places, but any wrong communication can hurt someone's ego and can make them your enemy. Try to refrain from any unnecessary debate with your cousins, siblings, neighbors, and whenever you are trying to travel, take control of your expenses. It's the time when you will have to pull up yourself and pick yourself up and proactively act for dreams and desires, because the desire fulfillment will only happen if you are ready to struggle, if you are ready to fight, if you are ready to challenge. Remember, this is a Ketu in Libra experiencing Sun in Sagittarius. So definitely this can hurt you deeply. Even small things can hurt you a lot, and you might take everything on the face of self-respect. Don't do that. You need to have that differentiation. What you should think is an offense and what is actually what can be ignored. Because if everything you take as an offense, this can create a very difficult situation. Sun in the 3rd house will also be aspecting the 9th house. So you need to do some rituals. You need to be more connected with the nature. Do Surya Namaskar, sun salutation if possible for you. Give water to the sun and pray to the sun by chanting Aditya Hriday Stotra every day. Sun in the 3rd house also increases your courage and potential, but it can also give you overconfidence. So if the sun is negative in your chart, refrain from being more overconfident and always check the reality. And if you have that filter, if you are checking yourself, things will be absolutely fine. This becomes then a wish fulfilling transit for you. Scorpio ascendant. For you, sun rules your career, and this sun goes in the 2nd house. It's a beautiful placement where you will see that your wishes related to your career will come true. Your promotion is on the card. Career related financial progress will happen during this time. Decisions that you take with respect to your career, and especially with respect to somebody in your family, you will see that not only your success will give you happiness, but their success is also going to give you happiness. It's also the time when your name, your fame, your backing, your power will be utilized in your family because maybe someone needs it. So you will have to be available for your family members. You will have to be available for your near and dear ones, your friends and your loved ones. But this is the time when you should not boast about your success. Talking about your success officially, formally is fine, but boasting unnecessarily, always trying to talk about your achievements or your downfalls, or it's like always trying to crib or always trying to have an upper hand is going to break relations during this time. It's going to take the friends away. So be very careful. Cribbing should be dealt very carefully because the words that you will use can be actually used against you later on. The one who is a friend can turn out to be an enemy. So be very careful from this front. With respect to food, you will have to be very, very careful that the food that you are eating should not create any tamasic energy, because 10th Lord is in 2nd house. You need to pray to Bhagwan Narayan, chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, or even very simple Vishnu Shodashanama Stotra, taking the 16 names of Vishnu is also going to bless you. Just be at the feet of the God. And you can also pray to Bhagwan Shri Ram by chanting Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sagittarius ascendant. In case of Sagittarius ascendant, sun rules your 9th house, and this sun goes in the 1st house. It's like the destiny and the blessings are on you. Whenever sun goes in your 1st house, it creates a very strong aura around you. It gives you that clarity of thought, that headstrong attitude. And this is the time when your true potential can come out. So be very creative during this time. It's a very good time for people who are into creative profession, who uses their words as their source of income. Writers, directors, actors, media journalists, politicians, people who work in government sector, people who are astrologers, healers, people who are employed by the kings and the government, all of them will see great boost during this time. 9th Lord coming in 1st house means the destiny is in your favor, but that does not mean that you will test your luck. Remember, Saturn is still in the 2nd house controlling the resource, so it's not the time when you are actually getting anything. It's the time when you're planning something, when you're planning in a nice manner, when the luck is in your favor, all the direction, all the things just fits in. And later on, when Saturn starts making you work for your plans, you will start getting results. So you have to think for a long term, because only once in a year, this yoga happens for a month when sun goes in your 1st house. The only thing is that it can increase the anger, It can increase ego. Ahamkar can increase during this time, and that can hurt your marriage, that can hurt your relations. But on the other hand, you can take matters about your life in your own hand. So chant Ganesh mantra and ask for Badha Mukti. Pray to Vignaharta, Om Gam Ganpate Namah, and he will take away all the obstacles from your life. When you are the sun, you are also responsible to spread light. So spread love, light and peace. Capricorn ascendant. For you, sun rules your 8th house and it goes in the 12th house. So this is a Vipreet Raj Yoga for you. So the adverse situation that you think are coming in the next 1 month, they are actually not adverse. They are going to give you more and more positive. So when you're losing something, when you're letting go of something, when you're forced to quit, it means it's the beginning of a new chapter of your life. A new history will be created, a new era will be coming in your life, and that's how you should perceive the sun transit in Sagittarius zodiac sign. Saturn is stable on your ascendant and Jupiter is stable on your 3rd house. And in between, when the 8th lord goes in the 12th house, it takes away all the negativity, all the drama in your life, unnecessary things, and dumps in the 12th house, which is the house of release. This is the time when you should help people who are sick, who are poor, who cannot afford good things in life. If you are available for them, if you're doing anything, it will be great, because 12th is also the house of surrender and devotion. It's also the time when you are completely surrendering your power and your insecurities at the feet of God. Praying Mahavishnu mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and also chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, chanting Narayana Kavach, Purusha Sukta are some of the ways by which you can harness the true potential of this sun. Definitely it will have some health implications, so be very careful about your health. Be very careful about things that can go in court, such as matters related to taxation, such as matter related to financial issues, such as matter related to partnership commitments. Because 12th house is also isolation, asylum. You might feel homesick, you might go out of your home for some work where you don't want to go, and that can make you a bit sad. But take it as a part of life, because as I said, any adverse situation will end up becoming positive eventually. Aquarius ascendant. It's a very good time for you to start a new business, to go into new ventures, to find a new source of income, maybe change of career. And also it's a good time to mend relationship in marriage. Maybe marriage is on the card for eligible people. If your horoscope allows 7th house lord, when it goes in the 11th house, it gives you connection with people who are more powerful, who are more divine. You will become more and more spiritual, and light will come your way. On 14th of January, sun will move in Capricorn. But on 17th, Saturn will move into Aquarius. So this hand-in-hand movement of sun and Saturn will bring you more and more justice. Saturn is going into the office. Saturn is going in the Mula Trikod, whereas sun is coming in the brightest house, brightest zodiac of the Kal Purush, which is Capricorn. So the future tendencies talks a lot about your own ascendant. So decisions taken by you during this time will show a lot of positive results, especially in Jan, Feb and March. Overall, it's a very good time for you. It's a good time to meet long lost friends. It's a good time to expand your network circle. It's also the time when your wishes will be fulfilled, your desire will be fulfilled. So go for material manifestation, go for power, law of attraction, manifest the abundance, and then you can also chant Mahalakshmi mantra, Kuber mantra in case you are experiencing financial issues. Overall, it's an absolutely positive time for you, but you need to respect, you need to be grounded, and you need to follow the path of Shani, that means path of justice and righteousness, in order for this sun to give you any positive results. Pisces ascendant. In case of Pisces, sun rules your 6th house and this sun goes in the 10th house. It's a brilliant time for you to initiate a change of career, a change of domain. Maybe you want to do some certification. It's a good time for people trying to give competitive examination. It's a good time for beating your opponent, especially in the hurdles, in the competition, and talking about healthy competition, and planets are going to favor you. This sun will also experience a presence of Jupiter in the Lagna, so you are guided, your actions will be guided, fame is on the cards. It's a very good time for people who rely on their fame, on their name, on their face value for their business. It's a great time for resolving matters related to team, disputes related to manpower, disputes related to any kind of ego that has spoiled a relationship in the past. But now with your intelligence, with your smart way of communication, with your humble nature, you can actually become more and more reliable, and you can mend those relations. Sun in the 10th house is actually one of the brightest sun, but it is in fire, so it can make you a workaholic. Fire zodiac sign, sun can make somebody really focused, and you can completely push yourself and throw yourself in work, and that is where the health issues will come in. So be very careful from that part. This sun is in the 10th house. Saturn is in the 11th house. So whatever the sun does, the karma phal is in the hand of Shani Dev, and this sun wants you to have that abundance, so you can also share a bit. If you don't share, there will be a problem. Pisces Guru wants you to be more and more sattvic with a lot of rajasic element. That means a king who is generous, who is grounded, and who works for people around them. So if you are like that, you will also become a king.